some news here, ladies and gentlemen. What is this? Jacinta Allan. She apologises to the Aboriginal community again. Right, stick around. We're going to discuss that tonight on the report from Tiger Mountain. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Jacinta Allan has apologised again. Well, I mean, you can never apologise too much, they say. But I think, Miss Allan has gone a bit over the top. How many apologies does the Aboriginal community need? Personally, I wouldn't have apologised for anything. I mean, what did we do? We brought civilization here. We brought roads. We brought schools. We brought hospitals. We brought Centrelink and Nabuzo, which is very important to the Aboriginal community, I'll tell you that much. So, you know what I mean? Like, this is something that they like. So, I don't think we need to apologise for very much. You know what I mean? You could say once, you could say, look, we got a bit overexcited. 200 years ago, a couple of times, and maybe things didn't go in the nicest way. I think that's all you really need to say. Let's all move on together. And then what does Jess Wilson do? She's a smoking ceremony, ladies and gentlemen. She's a smoking ceremony. So you got the opposition. You got one. You got Jacinta Allan grovelling, and you've got basically it looks like her daughter. They really look like each other. Anyone ever noticed that? Jess Wilson looks like her friggin' daughter. These are people who look like they would be inexperienced to run a library. You know what I mean? Maybe a free library. I could trust them to maybe one of those free libraries that you see in the street where you've got like 30 books and whatever. That's about the level of responsibility I'd leave to these people. But there's this kind of woke thing at the moment, diversity, equity, and inclusion. We've got to have female leaders, even though they're fucking hopeless. Obviously One Nation stocks are rising in Victoria. Everyone's sick to death of the Welcome to Country. I don't need to tell you any more about that. I'm sure you're sick to death of it. But there's this hilarious Aboriginal woman who released these two videos, which I saw online, and she's like, listen, cunts, whatever, we got our own problems here. Why are you protesting every weekend with the Palestinians? And, the Asians don't protest about Asia. And that's true, it was a very erudite comment. That was just a quick summary. And then she had to go at the Israelis. So I thought, this woman's great. This is the woman who should do all the welcome to countries. I would 100% support that, so she could sit there and attack people. That would be hilarious if you got some colourful character like that doing it. But look, all this apologising stuff is just a sign of weakness. And as Elon Musk recently said, empathy is the downfall of Western civilization. We've allowed our empathy to be weaponised against us. And, who are the people behind, all this treaty in Victoria? An Aboriginal, I'll use quotation marks here, named Reuben Berg, mate. Reuben Berg. That's a kind of, sounds like some kind of, a dish you might get in New York, in the Jewish district of New York. Reuben Berg, but he's apparently an Aboriginal. And there's someone by the name of Hunter Cohen Hunter. Yeah, Cohen, I think, is more of a Jewish name than an Aboriginal name, but he's laid claim to all of Melbourne. He's just said all of Melbourne is Aboriginal land. Now, if you can't see this as a fucking scam, I just want to know what fucking planet you're living on, because that's exactly what it is. It's a scam for money. It's a lawyers. Lawyers have come in, they've said, listen, Aborigines, we'll give you 10% of what we get, but we're just going to do a rort, and off they go. And everyone's buying into this, like the climate change nonsense. It's absolute bullshit. And you should just forget about it, ladies and gentlemen, and get with Elon Musk. And we don't want to be empathetic to these fucking idiots. We want to move on. We want to, try and save what's left of the Australian lifestyle before it's too late. So we don't need any more of this nonsense. And I hope to see change. Look, Jess Wilson, even though she's like, Jacinta Allan light, at least she'll be better than the Alan Andrews government, for God's sake. And a big shout out to Dan Andrews, of course, who's in hospital. Apparently he has some kind of illness. Someone said it's a stroke. Now, I'm no fan of Daniel Andrews, as you well know, here at the Report from Tiger Mountain, but I don't necessarily wish him ill. And, I have enjoyed arguing with him over the years. A lot of people like Tim here wished he'd fell down a flight of stairs as well. But, look, there he is. He's in hospital. I enjoy having adversarial kind of relationship with people sometimes. So I hope Daniel Andrews gets out to fight another day. And that's all there is to say. That's the report from Tiger Mountain for this week.